what we're talking about. Next week on Thursday night, we have a workshop called Letting Go and Welcoming In. I've been doing these since December, so the December one we do will be 2 years that this has been going on. I make them part of the membership of the School of Peri Menopause. So if you haven't joined, it's easier than ever to do so now. Everything is available on there, like just everything. Sometimes people will post a really neat resource in the group and it just gets buried because the group is really busy and there's lots of posts every day. So what I've done is I've started the School of Peri Menopause so that everything's in one place, mostly for me, because when I was doing classes and workshops, and some stuff was on YouTube, and some was on Zoom, and some was on my Google Drive, and some was in the Facebook group, it was really hard to keep track of everything and make sure that people could find what they're looking for quickly and easily. But in the school, everything is under the collections tab. So that's the link that I've shared in the chat here, the comment section. And then from the collection tab, you can find pretty much anything that you're looking for, including this workshop that's coming up. The Zoom link will be inside the School of Peri Menopause, so that I don't have to try and like email everybody a Zoom link, because we do want to do it in person. It's an in-person workshop. And what we do is we go around and we tell each other in the circle what we are letting go of and welcoming in for the new season. So we've been doing these on the solstice and the equinox, and that's been working out really, really well. What I wanted to share was what I did for summer. And that doesn't look so pretty because it's black and white, but every time we do one, I go in and actually type out the welcoming inside so that it's nice. I put it on my fridge, so I see it every time I go to the fridge. And I also have it on my phone so that it's part of like what I see every time I open up my phone. I see this list, right? And then what happens is over the course of that season, so the summer season is coming to an end, I start to look back before we do the workshop to see what has come true. So I'm just going to give you the example now. When I make my welcoming inside, I have no idea how any of this is ever going to come true. It doesn't seem possible that any of it will ever happen, right? Because I'm letting go of something that's been bothering me. And the welcoming in is the opposite of that. So how do I manage to get that to happen? And it's interesting how it works on a subconscious level. So I'm not making conscious decisions to try and get this to happen like a goal. It's not quite like that. It's more like you plant the seed when you do the workshop. You state your intentions into the circle with the other people who support you. I burn my letting go list. I actually crumple it up and burn it in the backyard in the chiminea to literally let go of those things. And then when it's time to reevaluate, I can check and see. So my first one is acceptance of what I'm capable of just for today. And that actually has happened a lot because I am also in perimenopause and I have a chronic inflammation condition. So depending on what's happening during the day, I may or may not have good energy. So I might have a big plan of getting, 3 or 4 private client sessions in, and also a workout, and also the groceries, and also this and that, and all those other things. And then the day of, I have to accept what I'm capable of. Maybe I didn't have a great sleep. Maybe I have some body pain. I've had a lot of back pain this last year. And so I've done a really good job. So I'm going to check that as yes, I did accept what I'm capable of just for today. I trust the choices of my children. That one's pretty rough, right? It's hard to accept the decisions that your children, I have grown children, and frankly, I don't agree. I don't agree with some of their decisions. And it can be very, very stressful and really worrying and concerning, and you don't stop worrying when you're a mom. But I'm trusting their decisions more, that those decisions are their decisions to make. They're not mine. They're the child's decisions to make. So I'm going to give them a check on that, because I have been spending way less time ruminating and worrying about the decisions that my children have made. I take actions that align with my values. That's definitely been happening because I have my values actually pinned up. It's too bad I didn't have them with a pin. I just show you what they are. But I did those in June, shortly after I wrote this list, and I am using them for reference as I go throughout my day, right? Fun is on there. I want to have fun. Mindfulness is on there. I want to do mindfulness every day. And then I take feedback from people who care to support and guide me, and I'm definitely doing that. And I'm definitely taking the feedback from people who don't care about me. They don't care about me. They're not trying to say, like someone the other day accused me of being part of a multi-level marketing scheme. That's not about me, right? That's not, and it's not helpful to me, except for that it gives me information that I haven't been clear on what it is I do, because I'm not selling stuff. I'm an educator. I'm helping people learn, and I'm guiding them in their health process. So I'm only letting the people feedback, the things that people tell me in about me, if they have already shown that they care about me. Then I'm letting it in. Other than that, I'm just doing it as information that I may or may not pay attention to. Like I had one person recently accuse me of being in with Big Pharma because I use pharmaceuticals. I am a yoga therapist. I am in the middle way. I do diet, exercise, supplements, and some prescriptions, but I'm in no way promoting using prescriptions. Everybody's different, and we all get to choose our own path. That's the value that I have that's embedded in this support group. That's why the support group works, because we have bioidentical people, and we have people that don't use any hormones, and we have people that only want prescriptions, and everyone is welcome here. And then I am showing more perseverance than I would have thought was possible. That's definitely true, especially with doing the Hay House book proposal. When I realized I had messed up on the due date, I thought, oh man, I'm not going to get that done. Sure, it was only by a few days. I thought it was August 31st, but it was August 27th. But 4 days when you're talking about editing 2 chapters and the proposal, actually explaining what it is and making a video, 4 days is a lot of time that I could have used, but I met my deadline. So I am showing more perseverance than I thought possible. I have solid connections with loved ones. I would have to say yes on that one too, because the people that are choosing to make me a priority in their lives and spending time with me, I'm having really good connections with them, and getting a lot of support and giving a lot of support. So that's a check. I'm confident in my boundaries and comfortable reinforcing them. That's like absolutely, because I was, there are certain things that I kind of feel a tendency to waffle on. But I've definitely become more comfortable reinforcing them when it has to happen. Like, for example, in my business, I was able to, for the first year ever, have everybody pay me in advance by August 25th. So 2 days before I had to do the book proposal, everybody paid me in advance. The people that I love to help love to pay me well, and that's about me helping people. And I love to help people, and I have attracted more people who love to pay me well. I actually had one client pay me for September who didn't owe me for September. And then I got to contact her and say, hey, you're prepaid, you don't have to pay for September. And that was nice for both of us. It's a nice surprise for her. And then I am a grateful bonus grandma. So I've been looking for opportunities to essentially, how would you put that, grandparent other people's children, because I love being a grandmother. So this is the first time that my list is all checked off, that I actually did everything on it. Some of them are more complex and they take more time. You'll notice those ones aren't exactly symptoms, but your list could look like, I'm letting go of hot flashes. I'm letting go of fighting with my husband. I'm letting go of joint pain. Like, you can have it be that specific about like events that are happening in your body. But I started mine just in the previous video that I erased because I didn't have my list handy. But I started with, I'm frustrated, feeling unheard. So that's the letting go side. You want to take one page down the middle. Letting go is what you want to get rid of, right? So this would be fighting with my husband, being late for work, I don't know, 5 pounds. Like you can get really specific of what it is you want to let go of. Judgment of myself, judgment of others, you know, body pain, like back pain. I didn't have it on this one, but I had it on the last time, and the back pain did completely resolve. I had no back pain until the middle of summer, probably right around when I had to do the book proposal, and that, so it was probably stress and pressure that contributed to that. And then I started doing all of your other things that help with back pain, and it has been much better. So let's see what else. So think of some things that have been like a problem. Like the back pain, it's going to come and go. That's kind of where I've the conclusion I've come to it is that it's not going to be always there or always gone. It seems to come and go. So I have to let go of the judgment of the back pain, because when I immediately have back pain and I think, so I'm going to say judgment of body pain in general. And when I say to myself, oh, this is terrible and I hate it and it's awful and my life is over and I'll never be the same again and all of those things, it just makes me, unhappy. It makes me unhappy, and it's not true. So getting rid of the judgment. I want to let go of the judgment of the body pain, because I can't get rid of the body pain itself, right? May or may not happen. Okay, so what is the opposite? That goes on the welcoming inside. Judgment of body pain is what I want to let go of. So what's the opposite? And you don't really want to say acceptance of body pain, because you don't want to just lay down and take it like you have no power anymore and everything is terrible and that's just the way that it is. But you want to like incorporate treatments for body pain. Like I could say something like, I prevent and I am kind to my body when it's in pain. Something like that. I can't give you the wording for this because it has to make sense to you. I am kind to my body when I'm having pain. And I wish that Yvette was here. She was supposed to be here with me, but we haven't been able to figure that out to get it together. So I'll try and do one more here. So what else do I need to let go of? I was talking to my my niece's husband this summer, and I was telling him about how much pressure I feel. Like I really feel a lot of pressure to be productive and help people and get things done and, do the book proposal and finish writing the book. And like I have chapter 1, I think it's done. I have to just go, I'm dyslexic, so I have to read every single sentence and make sure that everything makes sense. And I haven't done any word substitutions or those things. But we were talking about pressure, and then he said, but Jessica, you're self-employed. And I said, yeah, I am. I'm self-employed. I've been self-employed my whole life. Then who's putting pressure on you, right? You're doing that to yourself, so just stop it. So I want to say letting go of pressuring myself to do more than I can today. That kind of falls into the same thing of accepting what I'm capable of just for today. Sort of the same kind of thing, but it's specifically about the pressure. So what is the opposite of pressure, right? And the opposite of pressure can't be like, oh, well, everybody just has a nap all day. It can't be, oh, I live on the beach in Mexico drinking beer and suntanning every day. That's not realistic for most of us. We're not independently wealthy in that way. So what is the opposite of pressure? I kind of think what popped into my head was freedom. So I'm going to say freedom to do as much as I feel able to do just for today. Okay. So that's 3 different things, and that's how it looks. 1, 2, 3, and you can have as many of these as you want. You know, really, the whole point of doing the book is just keeping track of your crappy thoughts. So if I get stuck on something, I can go back and be like, oh, okay, what was I grappling with? Oh, I was sad and low energy. Maybe I want to let go of that feeling of fatigue or a feeling of sadness. You can get really specific, and that's actually what's going to help you more than anything, is being really specific. So I would avoid doing things like just saying hot flushes. I would get really specific, right? Like hot flushes in the middle of doing a presentation, or hot flushes that wake me up in the middle of the night. Like, get really specific about what it is, when it happens, how it works for you. That will help you to clarify what the opposite is, because, you know, the general opposite of a hot flush is being comfortable in my body. But again, it has to be really specific for you. It has to work for you and make sense to you, and be something that you really feel super comfortable doing. Okay. All right, I'm just having a look to see if there's anything else going on in here, and there isn't. So in order to join the workshop, it's live on Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 5 for you guys in BC and 8 for you guys in Ontario. It takes a little bit over an hour. We go through our list and take turns and talk about it and share. And then you have a guided relaxation that really seals the deal. It kind of seals in those intentions. And then, as I said, you can go and burn your list, and then type out your welcoming in list, and then put it somewhere, prominently display it. Or you can even just have it like underneath your keyboard at your desk, so you're not even looking at it. And it will work with your subconscious mind to help you to bring more of those things into your life that you need to make those things happen, so that you have more of a purposeful life and less of just, the victim mentality of this horrible thing is happening to me. It's really working with mindset, intention, the power of attraction, and harnessing those things to take advantage of helping you with your symptoms in peri and postmenopause. So I'm your group leader, Jessica, and if you have questions, just don't hesitate to ask. Thanks. Oh, I wanted to show you one thing. Let's see if it'll let me do a screen share. Last time I tried to do it, it wouldn't let me do it from after I started the video. So let me just see if it'll let me know. No, it won't. I'll have to do a different one to show you. But come join the school. You can join for free.